Going on? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we're definitely, without any equivocations, back with another banger. I told you guys I'd be coming back. I'm back. We doing live streams all day, man. I'm flooding you guys' timelines with back to back to back to back to back to back. Shit, just call me MJ, man, with the live streams, all right? But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. What I was gonna say, man, we got a lot to talk about, you guys. Obviously, in the last stream, I wasn't able to talk about everything that I wanted to talk about in this live stream. But that's why I can make 2, 3 live streams in one day, or 4, 5, or 6, you know. But like I said, man, I really want to talk about the heavyweight division too, though, man. You know, because if you see from the timeline, Dominique Breazeale, is gonna probably leave Dillian Whyte in limbo, you know, and excuse the words, but Dillian Whyte calls Dominique Breazeale a bitch and tells him to come fight him, you know, because right now, you got it where Dominique Breazeale is pretty much ducking, um Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte wants to fight, make the fight, and then we can go from there, man. But it's looking like these guys, say they want to fight each other. They talk. They say everything they need to say about fighting each other, but then they don't fight each other. You know, and this is the reason why fights like that don't happen, you guys, because of business. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you guys again, man. Like when I'm talking to business about boxing, you guys, man, like I cannot stress enough. Smash that like button too on your way in, you guys. Let's get these likes up. Let's go through the roof with the likes, and let's get these likes to the roof, man. But I can't stress enough about about the business side of boxing, man, because Dillian Whyte really wants to fight Dominique Breazeale. That fight makes so much sense on so many different levels. Okay, if you got Joshua versus Miller, okay, they're fighting for titles. Then you got possibly Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 2. Okay, they're fighting for titles. Okay, and then you just had Joe Joyce fighting Romain Severn for the WBA title eliminator. You know, so you got all of these fights going on in the heavyweight division, meaningful fights. Fights to help each other's career. And then you got Dominique Breazeale over there picking and choosing who he wants to fight, and you know going through, making guys get ready for camp and stuff like that, saying that the fight's gonna happen and stuff like that, and they both say they want the fight, and then this shit happens. Like obviously I know it's a business, and and he wants to do the waiting game and shit like that, man. But come on, man, you gotta call a spade, after a while, man, because enough's enough, man. Enough is enough, man, because I feel like Dominique Breazeale needs to fight Dillian Whyte next, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. That's a fight that needs to happen next. It's so much shit going on, you guys, in the world of boxing, man. And the heavyweight division, I feel like, is the most lucrative division. You know? Because you got all of these fighters, okay? You got 140, 147, you got 160, 168, but at the top of the food chain, okay, is the heavyweight division, okay? And the heavyweight division, dude, I truly feel that the heavyweight division, once we get one champion, one name, one champion, one face, and all of that stuff, you guys will see, you know, how a real fighter is supposed to eat and how a real champion is supposed to, get this money and stuff like that. How a real champion is supposed to get this money. Because right now you got all of these fighters, fighting each other, but they're not meaningful fights, man. You know, you got all of these fights. You got fights back to back to back to back. You know, a non-meaningful fights. And it kind of sucks. Because you want to see these guys, You want to see the best fight the best. Um, but yet they don't. You know, the best doesn't fight the best. You know, Dominique Breazeale, okay, Dominique Breazeale versus Dillian Whyte, okay. That fight is a meaningful fight because when these two guys fight each other, okay, there can be you when these two guys listen here, you guys. When these two guys fight each other, okay, okay, okay. When these two guys fight each other, okay, it's a situation where how can I break this down? The winner can fight the champion, okay? Because it'll be a meaningful fight. Who the hell is Dominique Breazeale fought to even fight Deontay Wilder? Okay? I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. Who the hell has he fought? Okay? To even fight for the title. To even have that right to fight for the title, okay? Okay? Because right now, you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Right now, okay, Dominique Breazeale hasn't beat anybody to reasonably fight for that title. Okay? That title is a really, really good title. That WBC title is the best title out there. You know, in my eyes, it's the best title out there. Okay, so being that it's the best title out there, okay, and other fighters want to fight for that title, you know, you got Dominique Breazeale that ain't fought nobody. Who he fought? Melina? You gonna fight Melina and now you get a title shot? Like, come on, dude. That's straight bullshit. That's straight bullshit, man. It is, man. You know, because I feel like all of these other fighters are going through the gauntlet, you know, to fight, you know, the who's who in the division. And you got a guy like Dominique Breazeale fighting, you know, Melina with a couple losses, and it has been stretched out before from Deontay Wilder, and you know, somehow Dominique Breazeale, you know, beats him, okay, and now he gets the shot, you know. Dominique Breazeale did beat a guy that I really did think was going to be good in the heavyweight division, was Uzu Aganu. He beat him, and he showed me a lot in that fight, though. Dominique Breazeale did show me a lot in that fight when he beat Uzu Aganu, okay? When he beat him, and Uzu Aganu had Dominique Breazeale hurt, okay, and he beat him, you know, that showed me the toughness and the fortitude that Dominique Breazeale has within, okay? You can't always go on how a fighter's physique looks, okay? Because Uzu Aganu was ripped to the core, okay? He had like a 10-pack, okay? Didn't have an ounce of fat on him. Then you got a guy like Dominique Breazeale that goes into the fight looking flabby as shit, and you know, didn't really look like he was, you know, didn't really look like anything. You know, he didn't. You know, Dominique Breazeale doesn't strike me as an athlete. Okay, when you first look at him. Okay, but you can't always go by that. Okay, you know, no, he doesn't pass the eye test when you just look at him and be like, oh, okay, he can. You know, he's the heavyweight champion of the world. You know, you don't really see that when you look at him. You know, but he is tall. He does look semi-athletic, but you know, when it comes down to hardness, sometimes you can't rate hardness on the way that a fighter looks. Anyways, to be like, look, long story short, Uzu Aganu knocked Dominique Breazeale down. Okay, Dominique Breazeale wound up getting back up, fighting more, and he did really good, man. He did really, really well, and he wound up knocking Uzu Aganu out, man. And I don't even know if Uzu Aganu had fought since then. But he was a really, really good prospect from Poland, and I thought he was gonna. I thought that, you know, he was gonna make a pretty good run, man. And you know, the way the fight was going, you know, Dominique, like I said, Dominique Breazeale, I think he got knocked down either once or twice, and he looked down, like he looked like he was done, like finished. And he came back, you know, Dominique Breazeale came back and beat Uzu Aganu. And when he did that, that showed me right there that he has a heart of a champion, you know, in that particular fight. But beating a guy like Molina, even if you beat a Uzu Aganu, Uzu Aganu hasn't fought anybody. Okay, he just had a name. He just had a prospect name. A lot of guys and a lot of fans were like, you know, oh, okay, you know, what is Uzu Aganu gonna do next? You know, how is he gonna be next? You know, and stuff like that. But you know, when it comes down to it, when it comes down to the gist of things, you know, Dominique Breazeale hasn't really fought anybody of note to get that title shot, you know, in my personal opinion. Um, but yeah, man, Dominique Breazeale, I mean, Dillian Whyte wants to fight him, man, and I don't blame Dillian Whyte. You know, Dillian Whyte doesn't have a fight right now. He wants to fight. You know, he really wants to fight Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has bigger plans. Most notably, Tyson Fury is on his menu right now, and Dillian Whyte needs to wait his turn. You know, Dillian Whyte needs to wait his turn. I feel like Dillian Whyte is almost trolling in a sense. When Dillian Whyte came to America, you guys, and he fought, I believe he fought once or twice on an undercard. Dude, there was nobody in the stands like when he fought. Nobody was there for him. Nobody came and showed up for Dillian Whyte. Okay, it was like damn near an empty crowd. Okay, and you know that just goes to show you on how the popularity is of Dillian Whyte out here in America. You know, he's not a big draw. You know, um, but if he fights some guys of note, if he fights some guys of note, then he could be you know a pretty you know a pretty respectable and a pretty sellable guy. You know, but right now, Dillian Whyte in America, he's not a sell in my eyes. Just period. He's not a sell. I don't see him selling. I don't see him selling out any arenas or anything like that, man. But you know, moving on, the whole Dominic Breazeale and Dillian Whyte, that fight looks like it's not gonna happen. And it's looking like it's not gonna happen because of Dominic Breazeale. Okay, it says Dominic Breazeale admits he may ditch Dillian Whyte fight in favor for a Deontay Wilder showdown, you guys. Okay, so that came out of Dominic Breazeale's mouth. Okay, so um, it says, okay, this is what Dominic Breazeale said, you guys. Smash that like button. It says, I'm excited, said Breazeale, told Inside PBC on Fox about the news. It says, that was the biggest thing that's happened to me in the last 15 months. Wow. He says, a situation like that where Fury kind of pulls out of his rematch is the best thing for the WBC mandatory. And it says, I'm super excited to take the fight. It says, I'm waiting for the phone call with the date. It says, this is of course bad news for Dillian Whyte, as his opportunity to become Wilder's mandatory may now go begging. Wow. Wow. It says when asked directly about when asked directly about Dillian Whyte, Breazeale explains, that's actually a fight we've been negotiating. Says me and Dillian Whyte's people have been talking. Al Heyman has done a great job of putting that together. We're actually moving that ball and trying to get a date set on that. It says, but with this news on Wilder coming out, I can't pass on a world title. It says, if I don't get the world title, I'll definitely take the WBC interim title for sure. Wow. So, you know, with that being said, you guys, you heard it here first, man. Do you guys think that Dillian Whyte? Do you guys think that Dominic Breazeale is doing the right thing by not fighting Deontay Wilder and waiting? I mean, by not fighting Dillian Whyte. Do you think Dominic Breazeale is doing the right thing by not fighting Dillian Whyte because and waiting for Deontay Wilder? I think he should fight Dillian Whyte, man. That's my personal opinion. I don't even think that the Dominic Breazeale versus Deontay Wilder is a big sell. I know if that fight is close. If Deontay Wilder fights Dominic Breazeale and that shit is going down in DC, I'm thinking twice about going straight up. Straight up. I'm not trying to be a biased fan. I'm not trying to hate on Wilder. I'm not trying to hate on Breazeale. But that's not a fight that excites me. That's not a fight that's like, oh, Dominic Breazeale and Wilder fighting. Oh shit. How do I get tickets? Where do I go? You know, no. That's like a fight like, oh, okay, they're fighting. You know, okay, I might catch it on TV, you know. Fuck out of here with that shit. You know, that ain't really a big fight that I gotta see. But moving on, you guys, Earl Spence. In later news, Earl Spence has been talking about fighting Pacquiao. when I break down a Manny Pacquiao versus Earl Spence fight, when I actually break it all the way down, um, it's one of those fights where it's like, Pacquiao is already getting up there in age, you guys. Okay, Pacquiao is definitely getting up there in age, you guys. Okay, that's for sure. Okay, if you guys don't think Pacquiao's getting up there in age, you guys are like, and I'm talking about age, but I mean like the way he fights. The way he fights. He fights different now. But does he still have something left? Yeah, I believe Pacquiao still has a lot left. You know, can Pacquiao fight? Can Pacquiao beat Earl Spence? I'm gonna lean towards no. I'm gonna lean towards no. The reason why I say no, you guys, is because Manny Pacquiao has gotten completely obliterated before, where he got knocked out cold, unconscious, and that was from a Marquez. I mean Miguel excuse me, Marquez knocked Manny Pacquiao. When he knocked him out, dude, he was out cold. He wasn't moving. Okay, so therefore, you being knocked out by a lot smaller guy like Marquez, okay, that I believe hasn't even fought, nowhere near, the level that Earl Spence is fighting at right now. Okay, um, I just think Manny Pacquiao gets obliterated. Okay, Manny Pacquiao gets obliterated by Earl Spence. Earl Spence destroys. Okay, destroys um Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is just not big enough. He's too small. And you guys might say, well, shit, Corey, you're picking Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is in the prime of his career. Mikey Garcia has never been knocked out cold, where where he couldn't get up. Um, and Mikey Garcia is a real champion. A real true champion right now. And is fought in the best at his divisions. That he could fight at the time. By winning those belts. And Manny Pacquiao, hasn't fought. I feel like Manny Pacquiao hasn't fought an elite fighter in a while. Adrian Broner is not an elite fighter. Manny Pacquiao is not an elite fighter. Manny Pacquiao. I feel like Manny Pacquiao. I feel like his next fight he'll show us if he's still an elite fighter or not. Because I feel like Manny Pacquiao's next fight will be against a top name. I really do. I really do. Nicole's in the chat. Cole's in the chat says Corey salute. Manny would be. He says Manny would be a good fight if he fought Floyd, but he's too old for Spence. Yeah, it would be great for Spence's resume, but it's not something I want to see. Me neither, bro. Me neither, man. It's not something that I want to see because I feel like Manny Pacquiao could get seriously hurt in that fight. Um, and like I said, I know you guys are gonna say, probably, when you catch this replay, guys in the chat, in the comment section are gonna say, well, damn, Corey, you're picking Mikey Garcia to beat Earl Spence. Why aren't you why aren't you picking Manny Pacquiao to beat Earl Spence? I'm not saying that Manny Pacquiao can't beat Earl Spence. I'm just saying that he's not. I don't think he's gonna beat him. You know what I mean? I think Earl Spence is gonna be too much. Okay, and you gotta understand Mikey Garcia and the way Manny Pacquiao fight are two different styles. Okay, Manny Pacquiao has a more of a come forward, slug it out type of style. That's not the way that Mikey Garcia fights. Mikey Garcia fights strategic. He places every shot. You know, he places every shot in the he doesn't throw any punches you know sparingly. He doesn't just throw a punch and be like, all right, yo, I'm gonna throw this left hook. I don't care if I'm gonna hit any. I don't care if I just hit his arm or something like that. I'm just gonna throw it. Mikey Garcia is not that type of guy. Mikey Garcia is one of those type of guys where he's the type of guy where he doesn't. He will fight you. He will fight you. But he's gonna fight you the way he wants to fight you. I haven't seen. I haven't even seen Mikey Garcia. I haven't even seen his style get deterred yet. I haven't even seen his style get deterred yet. Chinito in the chat says, "What up, doggy?" Chinito in the chat says, "Mikey Garcia's style is based on timing and his belief in his power." Chinito says Mikey Garcia's footwork is also underrated. It says Gil Cole says Thurman needs to fight Spence after his Garcia fight. It says Mikey Garcia thrives against come forward fighters. What up? Where y'all was at, yo? Oh, y'all went to Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, we went to Jersey Mike's.
Oh, I got the joint at 4:30.
Yeah, I go.
Where your phone at?
That shit done.
It don't work no more.
Look at this joint, yo. This shit is completely fucked.
The whole center button came off. Yeah.
I got another phone I can fix the screen.
Hold on. I'm gonna finish this live stream. I'll be ready in about 10-15 minutes. It says Chinito Mikey thrives against coming forward fighters. Yeah. And that's why I'm picking him, man. Because I think he's gonna do a hell of a job, man. I think he's gonna do a hell of a job. I really do. How you doing, Grammy? How you doing, Aunt Noah? How y'all doing today? You haven't forgot the 10? I wasn't looking for it back. I was gonna probably get Kevin a phone or something. But yeah, like I was saying though, you guys, Mikey Garcia is a different Chinito says, Corey Lee, are you from Ohio? Nah, bro, I'm from the DMV. I'm out here in Virginia. But I'm near right near DC. Right near DC, dog. You know. But yeah, man, these fights need to happen, you guys. Like I said, I don't even have Earl Spence beating Mikey Garcia, so I don't even think that the Earl Spence Pacquiao fight will even happen. Depending on from what I'm picking, from who I'm picking. Okay, that's just how I feel. But like I said, I want to see how this shit goes. And like I said, a lot of these fights need to happen, man. A lot of these fights need to happen, man. There's so many fights out here that need to happen, man. But it's politics, and it's a lot of this shit is gonna be in the way, man. Because the way Al Heyman is doing now, the Chinito says Mikey has knocked out all of his southpaw opponents. Wow, fun fact. I like that fact, Chinito. Wow, that's dope. I like that, man. I really do like that, man. I really do like that, you guys. But he has never fought. But Chinito, then again, he has never fought a guy like like a Earl Spence Jr. Okay, that's a southpaw that Mikey Garcia has not seen yet. Okay, and the way Mikey Garcia fights, Earl Spence. I'm telling you, Earl Spence is gonna be the toughest fight of Mikey Garcia's career, bar none. Okay, he's not gonna be able to do all of that stuff that he did against Adrian Broner on Earl Spence Jr. I just don't see it happening. Gio Cole says Spence destroys Mike. No, I don't. I don't think so. I think Mikey Garcia is gonna beat Earl Spence Jr. Chinito says, you should check out Shakur Stevenson's interview on the Boxing Voice breaking down the Spence versus Mikey Garcia fight. What did he say, Chinito? What did he say, bro? Chinito in the chat says, if Mikey Garcia can take Earl Spence's power, then Mikey Garcia wins. If he can't, Earl Spence wins. You said how? Jill Coles, how? How does Earl Spence? What's up, Thomas Moreland? You caught me on a good time today, Thomas Moreland. I'm gonna go for a little bit longer. Last two times you came in, Thomas Moreland, I was ready to leave, but I'm gonna stay in here now. But yeah, let me see. He says salute, family, no doubt. Chinito Kulakan says, Shakur says people are underpaying Mikey. And it says how Mikey does very good against southpaws. Undervalued. Okay. He says Shakur says people are undervaluing Mikey Garcia. It says and how Mikey does very good against southpaws. Yeah, man, and everybody that I've heard spar Mikey Garcia has always gave Mikey Garcia nothing but the highest praise in sparring. Okay? And these are bigger guys, man. These are middleweights. Okay? Mikey Garcia is sparring middleweights in camp right now. You know? Mikey Garcia, I'm telling you guys, man. Mikey Garcia is man, it's getting kind of hot up in here, man. This damn DMV weather, man, is crazy. But yeah, man, Mikey Garcia, man, is one of those type of guys, man, where I feel like he's kind of almost like a chameleon, man. You know, he can adapt. You know, he can adapt. You know, but so can Earl Spence Jr. Earl Spence Jr. can adapt. You know, Earl Spence Jr. is a very, very slick southpaw. Um, you know, I'm a southpaw. I'm left-handed. You know, I use my left hand for everything, writing, driving, everything. Um, but as far as Thomas Moreland says, Spence will get knocked out. Wow, Thomas Moreland, will get knocked out? Oh, you mean hold on, Thomas Moreland? Do you mean that Spence will be doing the knocking out, or do you think Spence will be getting knocked out? What do you mean by that, bro? I'm pretty sure you gonna go with the brother though. You gonna go with Earl Spence. I'm pretty sure you gonna go with the Mexican. Um, let me see. Alex Rocho, also a strong southpaw. That's a very much that he says that's fights very much like Spence is also sparring. Text message real quick. But yeah, man. New Day says, yo. New Day says, Corey, you Colombian? I believe I have a little bit in me, man. I believe I have a little bit in me, man. Well, you seen the shirt? I got a couple Colombian shirts, man. Chinito says Alexis Rochoa. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just uh, I'm just I'm a black guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that the black genes that I have are probably the strongest genes that I have. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Oh, we got a $2 chat, man. Salute. Gil Cole says, salute, seriously. What can Mikey do to Spence? Alright, I'm gonna break it down for you, bro. Since you you did your donation and stuff like that, man. When you guys donate, man, it helps out the channel so much, man. I want to give a huge shout out to Jill Coles. I will be putting this on my Instagram feed. I put all the donations on my Instagram feed and stuff like that, man. So thank you so much for donating. And I'm gonna go ahead and break down why I think Mikey Garcia is gonna win and why Mikey Garcia is gonna beat um, Earl Spence Jr. First, Mikey Garcia is very, very good in his range. I feel like he does not waste any punches. He's a very, very accurate puncher, and I feel like Mikey Garcia, the way he uses his range and motion is very, very good. I truly feel that Mikey Garcia has a better punch placement than Earl Spence does. Not only that, I think Mikey Garcia has a better ring IQ. In the ring IQ area, I feel like Mikey Garcia is a lot better than Earl Spence. He's definitely a more proven veteran in the sport of boxing. On the professional side. And Mikey Garcia, I feel like Mikey Garcia, has been doing a lot to prepare himself to fight the bigger guys, like a Sergey Lipinets trying to challenge himself with him. Fighting Robert Easter Jr. These guys have different styles that will help him in the Earl Spence fight. Okay, Robert Easter Jr. has range. Okay, that'll help him in the Earl Spence fight. Robert Easter Jr. wasn't using a lot of his range. But he was using it in spurts. Okay, so Mikey Garcia seen that and he adapted very well with Robert Easter Jr. Okay, Sergey Lipinets is a more powerful, more bigger fighter than Mikey Garcia. And Mikey Garcia took his best shot. Mikey Garcia took Sergey Lipinets' best shot, and I feel like he kept coming, and that actually helped. That actually helped Mikey Garcia out tremendously, fighting in that Sergey Lipinets fight. Challenged himself at 140-pound division. If you guys don't know, Sergey Lipinets has actually since went up and fought at 147 pounds since that Mikey Garcia fight and since that loss he took. Okay, and Sergey Lipinets was an undefeated champion, and Robert Easter Jr. was an undefeated champion. Okay, so you got to give props to those two guys. No, they weren't No, they weren't Earl Spence Jr. But you got to understand, all of these fights have a meaning. Okay, when you add all of Mikey Garcia's fights up, just add up the fights that he fought since he's been back, since his long layoff. Just add up the fights since he's been back since his long layoff. He's fought Adrian Broner. He's fought Sergey Lipinets. He's fought Robert Easter Jr. Okay, these fights are gonna help him, in the Earl Spence fight. I truly believe that. Okay, Earl, and the reason why I believe that Mikey Garcia is gonna win too is because Mikey Garcia, I feel like when he's in that ring, he rises to the moment, and I feel like he advances his game to his opponent. If he's in there with a very, very elusive fighter, I feel like he can adapt to that as well. If he's in there with a really, really strong fighter, he can adapt to that as well, because you got to understand, Earl Spence is going to be coming forward, and he's going to be trying to apply that pressure on Mikey Garcia, and I truly, truly feel that that's gonna play right into the hands of a Mikey Garcia. That's gonna play right into the hands of it, man. So those are some of the reasons on why I think Earl Spence is gonna lose, and why I think Mikey Garcia is gonna win. I hope that I explained it enough where you can understand what I was saying. Like I said, I try to use it in the best terms as possible. And I just think Earl Spence, I really truly believe that Earl Spence is a great fighter, but I feel like Earl Spence has not been in there with a fighter on the level of a Mikey Garcia, man. Let me read these chats. Gil Cole says it's pronounced Gil, like the fish Gil. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just say Coles from now on. Chinito says, and don't forget. Oh, Thomas Moreland says, Spence will win. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, Thomas Moreland. We're gonna agree to disagree on that one, my brother. Earl Spence is gonna lose in this particular fight, But I think that Earl Spence, I think he'll probably beat Keith Thurman, the Keith Thurman that we seen show up last time. Let me get to these chats, you guys. Chinito in the chat, smash that like button, you guys. When you guys come in, smash the hell out of that like button. Coles, thank you so much for that donation, man. That really means a lot, man. $2, $5, $10, whatever you guys can. It's going to help me get these interviews, and it's going to help me go to these boxing events to get these interviews, So, yeah. Chinito says in the chat, and don't forget, Mikey went out of his style, chasing and pursuing Easter and Broner. Mikey is better staying in the pocket and countering, something he will do against Spence. There you go. There you go. I agree with that 100%. Chinito says, what are your thoughts on Teofimo Lopez? I'll get to that in a minute. That kid is awesome, though, man. That kid is a very, 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 very talented fighter. And I think that he will upset a lot of these fighters that you guys think that are on your pound for pound list, man. Teofimo Lopez is definitely the goods, without a doubt. He passes the eye test. He passes pretty much every test that I've seen him pass so far with flying colors. And I'm talking about this guy is flying through these opponents, man. I mean, it's the opponent's right in his way, and he's completely flying straight through him. Gil Coles says, out of those guys you named, you seen them you see them beating Earl Spence. The guys that I named, no, but I'm gonna tell you now that I didn't say that those guys would beat Earl Spence, Coles. I said that those guys that he fought will help him in the Earl Spence fight. I never said once that those guys would beat Earl Spence, okay? Those guys are a lot smaller than Earl Spence. So is Mikey Garcia. But I feel like Mikey Garcia is a special fighter. That's why he beat those fighters that I named. Did that help you out any? Thomas Moreland says, nothing can help Mike. Whoa. We got going on here. Holy cow. Hey, bro. Get your girl, man. Oh, man. Let me read these chats. New Day in the chat says, Spence likes fighting small guys. Chinito says, let's not forget Spence had only done one round against Ocampo in the last year and a half. He will be rusty against Mikey. Yeah, and that's another thing. And that's another thing, Coles in the chat. Who has Mikey Garcia beat who has Earl Spence beat that Mikey Garcia couldn't beat? I'll wait. Since you want to throw that in there, Coles, and you want to say that who has Mikey Garcia beat that Earl Spence couldn't beat, since you want to throw that in there, the tables are turned. Okay? Kell Brook looked like shit in his last performance. Did you see Kell Brook's last performance, Coles? Since you threw out Kell Brook's name? Holy cow. Holy Kizel. Yo. Whoa. Buddy. Yo, that's bonkers right there. That's what you call bonkers, dude. But yeah, holy. You guys don't know anything about that, man. Got our neighbors in the building. New Day says Spence likes fighting small guys. Yeah. Spence even said that he hopes more guys from a smaller weight division will move up. Okay? Spence said that shit out of his own mouth. Okay? That's what Spence said. I didn't say that. Spence said that. Okay? Shanito in the chat says, let's not forget Spence had only done one round against Ocampo in the last year and a half. Oh yeah, I read that. Coles in the chat says, Coy, remember when Mikey Garcia was hanging with Floyd Mayweather? I am quite sure they talked. Mikey saw himself in that limelight. Huh? Who is that? Oh my God. She at daycare right now. She's at Lady House, yeah, but it's daycare. It's daycare. Yeah, I'm on the live stream right now, though. No, I'm just talking to the people on live stream. The people on my YouTube channel. You know the joint I be doing, Grammy. No, I mean, I'm just doing one because, I ain't done one in a while. Alright, don't worry about it, Graham. You alright, man. uh, you alright. I mean, tell me about it, man. That's that. I feed Kevin every time he's with me. Hey, Grammy, Kevin don't miss a meal when he with me. That's guaranteed. Hey, let me talk to you guys, man. My grandma crazy. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Nicole's in the chat says, Corey, remember when Mikey Garcia was hanging with Floyd? I am quite sure. Okay, I read that. Cole says, Kell Brook. Chinito says, what are your thoughts on Virgil Ortiz? And also, he says, and also, have you ever been to Texas? I've never been to Texas. I've never once been to Texas, you guys. That's somewhere that I really, really want to go. That's somewhere that I really, really want to go, man. I want to go to Texas, man. I heard Texas is better in Texas. I think Texas will open me. I think Texas will welcome me with open arms, man. Like I said, man. Shout out to World Break. I believe he lives in Texas. Shout out to Black Horseman. I believe he lives in Texas. Man, there's a lot of guys that I know that live in Texas on this, on this boxing shit. So, shout out to all them guys, man. And I know if I lived in Texas, I know Texas is big, but if I lived even an hour, even 2-3 hours away, just even 3 hours away from Earl Spence's camp, I would go. I would definitely go. I would go for you guys, man. Because Earl Spence is hot right now. Just like I went to Jared Hurd's camp for you guys. I want to go to, the next Javante Davis's camp if he has it out here. I want to go there. But the only thing about Headbangers Gym, you got to be on his list and all this other shit. So I got to get all that shit squared away. They don't just let anybody in their gym. Chanito says Kell Brook has drained Chanito says Kell Brook was drained against Earl Spence and coming off a devastating loss and broken facial bone. Yeah, guy. Yeah, Coles. Did you even throw that into consideration? Cole says March 16th sounds like you show take that $50-$70 bet with Blue Blood. I think I can get a better bet than that, Coles. I think I can get a better bet than that. From what I'm hearing, if I bet 500, I'll get 2,000 back. That's what Beeves from Ringside Reporter told me. And he's a boxing betting aficionado. Look it up. But yeah, Coles, I mean, like I said, man, I'm gonna take the best bet available in that fight, but I will bet on that fight. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. Because I believe in Mikey Garcia. I think he'll get it done. Plus, the odds are going to be so good. Why would I take a $500 to $700 bet from my homeboy, and I can take a $500 to $2,000 bet that's a guaranteed, it goes straight to my account when we're done fighting. I mean, done betting, and it's more money. Chinito says, down here in Texas, them chicks are bad, man. Yo, for real? Shout out to the Texas women. The Texas women, dog. Shout them out. Lauren Nicole says, if you ever get to Texas, get to San Antonio. I was stationed there. Wow. So you saying San Antonio's dope? But yo, Charles Barkley said San Antonio sucked. Oh shit, yo. That's crazy, yo. But like I said, man, I believe that these fights can get made, man. I gotta go handle some business though, you guys, man. Champ Ross says, if Grams says bet on Garcia, Corey gonna do it. Win it for Grams, Corey. Coles in the chat says, USAF women. Chinito in the chat says salute to you, my brother. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get to what I gotta get to. You guys gotta get some more stuff done today, man. It was a pleasure talking to you. This is my third live stream for the day, you guys. Thank you guys so much for checking in, you guys. And like I said, man, I just been on my solo shit lately, man. You know what I'm saying? And thank you guys so much for donating to the channel today. And if you guys want to see any more of Corey Lee Boxing, you guys can head to Instagram. Go check out my Instagram page. Please follow my Instagram page. Please, and it's at Corey Lee Boxing on Instagram. And please subscribe right now. Go to the hit the bell icon, and so you can get updated on all my live streams. And you could be the first one in here, you guys. All right. So yeah, you guys can be the first one in here, man. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much for coming on, man. And until next time, you guys, this is Corey Lee's Boxing, and you've definitely been a